This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 13th day of June in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Amid loud protests from residents of the east coast of the Marara village of Golden Grove this morning, Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken visited the home of the 25-year-old man who was shot dead by the police last Friday in Haslington. The commissioner met with the mother and other relatives of Quindon Bacchus and expressed his sympathy while assuring the family that the investigation will be impartial. Mr. Hicken offered the same assurance to the protesting residents outside the family home. The acting police commissioner said the Police Complaints Authority will be in charge of the probe. He made it clear that all information and evidence gathered will be handed over to the Complaints Authority. Over the weekend, the Guyana Police Force provided two different versions of the events that led to the death of the young man. In its initial release, the police force claimed that ranks were conducting an operation in the Haslington area when Bacchus was spotted with a gun and started to fire shots at the police as they approached him. The police claimed that they returned fire and the youth was struck and subsequently died. 4 hours later, in an updated press release, the Guyana Police Force reported that Bacchus was the target of an intelligence-led operation and was attempting to steal a gun to an undercover police rank when he ran and opened fire on the police. The police returned fire, fatally wounding him, the release said. The police said they recovered a .38 gun with a 1 live round at the scene. Family members do not believe the police force's version of the deadly incident. Family members do not believe the police force's version of the deadly incident. The dead man's mother, who identified his body, said there were multiple gunshot wounds to her son's body and one to the head. In a CCTV video recording from a house close to the shooting scene, the plainclothes police officer could be seen running behind the youth as several gunshots could be heard. The family and villagers say they want justice for Quindon Bacchus. The youth was killed less than 2 hours after he was surprised by his girlfriend and their young son, who flew into the country on Friday to spend his son's 3rd birthday and Father's Day with him, both coming up this weekend.
My, give me this condition. Yes,
Daddy, Mom, you bring for you.
He had not seen his son since he was a baby. More news when we return.
How fast is fiber? Think fast. GTT Fiber has 3 packages with download speeds of 50, 100, and 150 megabits per second. That's fast enough to stream movies and music, to chat with Gran and Fran, to study, and more. What would you do? Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow.
Doors and windows, Republic. Rooms and more, Republic. A brand new rug on the floor. Come to Republic, come to Republic. Whatever you need, you got it. Come through and get your mortgage. Live the dream with Republic.
95 to 100% financing, 50% waiver of negotiation fees, plus one lucky person gets their mortgage paid in full. Turn someday into today. Talk to Republic Bank about your low-cost mortgage today.
Sunshine, double cheese balls. We a crunch on a cheese balls. Daddy nickel pick double cheese. Sunshine Snack Cheese Puffs, love cheese in every bite, flavor in every crunch. Extra cheesy, we love it so much. Love cheese in every bite. Grab a Sunshine, double cheese puffs. We a crunch on a cheese puff. Daddy nickel pick double cheese puffs. Sunshine Snacks Cheese Puffs.
Grab a Sunshine Snacks Cheese Puffs today. More cheese, more flavor.
The Guyana Revenue Authority is reminding companies that their second quarterly payment of advance corporation tax is due on or before Wednesday, June 15, 2022. Payment of this tax is based on the chargeable profit earned for the preceding year, 2021. As a matter of convenience, payment can be made through Demawara Bank, GBTI, Republic Bank, or by using MMG or Bill Express. Remember, Wednesday, June 15, 2022 is the due date for the second quarterly payment of advance corporation tax by companies. Pay your quarterly taxes on time, every time.
Drivers need to renew your motor vehicle license? Skip the lines and save time by using the GRA's License Revenue Office drive-through facility, located at the GRA's parking lot, Camp and Lamaha Streets. Simply present your expired motor vehicle license and a copy of your motor vehicle registration at the front window, pay and uplift at the second window, and drive on your way. It's that easy. The LRO opens Monday to Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Fridays up to 2:30 p.m. GRA, your partner in development.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Welcome back. A post-mortem examination conducted today on the body of the Golden Grove youth Quindon Bacchus, who was shot dead by the police, confirmed that he was shot 6 times. According to the dead man's family, the post-mortem examination found that Bacchus was shot 5 times to the back and once to the chest. All 6 rounds exited his body, and from appearances, the single shot to his chest appeared to have been done at close range and might have been the final shot. In a statement this afternoon, the Guyana Police Force only reported that a post-mortem examination found that a youth died from multiple gunshot injuries. The results of the post-mortem examination will be forwarded to the Police Complaints Authority, which has taken over the investigation of the shooting death. The police officer who fired the deadly shots remains under close arrest, and there are new questions about whether the deadly operation was indeed a police force-sanctioned operation. On Sunday, News Source Guyana raised that issue with the public relations officer of the Guyana Police Force, Mark Ramatar. News Source also raised questions about a number of police ranks who were part of the alleged undercover operation and whether the police commander in the division was aware of the alleged operation. Today, the police public relations officer said he could not provide any answers to those questions raised by News Source, but he promised to provide the answers if they are made available to him. The Golden Grove youth was gunned down on Friday afternoon as he ran from the police officer, who was reportedly conducting an undercover operation to purchase a gun. While the police initially claimed that the youth opened fire, video recordings from CCTV cameras in the area have raised doubt on that version from the police. Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Opposition Member of Parliament German Figuera, today called out the government and particularly the President for his administration's failure to swear in members of the Public Procurement Commission. Although the National Assembly has given bipartisan support of the 5 nominees to be appointed to the commission, there has been no movement to activate the commission. Attorney-at-law Pauline Chase, economist Joel Bagwandin, Raj Narayan Singh, Berkeley Wickham, and Diana Rajkumar were given the National Assembly's blessings to sit as commissioners on the new Public Procurement Commission. At the starting of the Public Accounts Committee meeting today, the chairman questioned the slow pace in appointing the commission, noting that the committee had worked hard to bring the matter to finality.
Several months has passed and the commission has not been functional. So on behalf of the Public Accounts Committee, I would like to make the call on His Excellency the President to do what is expected of him constitutionally. The mandate of swearing in the commissioners of the Public Procurement Commission so that they can execute their constitutional duties that the Guyanese public is expecting them to do.
Mr. Figueroa said the country can no longer do without the commission, noting that the government continues to dole out large contracts in the commission's absence without proper oversight. He explained that if the government was interested in transparency, then it would have moved with haste to appoint the commission and activate it.
So we call on the President to act swiftly and make the commission functional so that all of Guyana can benefit from the services of these identified commissioners, and more so transparency and accountability would have some footing by the functioning of this commission.
Both the government and the opposition had viewed the appointment of the Public Procurement Commission as urgent. In making the case for the appointment of the commission back in April, Governance Minister Gail Teixeira highlighted the importance of the commission to transparency, noting that the country cannot go on longer without the commission being in place. The Public Procurement Commission monitors public procurement to ensure the principles of fairness, equity, value for money, and competition are upheld, and to ensure that the procedures of public procurement are executed in accordance with the laws of Guyana. The life of the last commission came to an end in late 2019. The Ministry of Health started the vaccination of children between the ages of 5 and 11 years old on Saturday. And so far, just over 150 children in that age group have been vaccinated against COVID-19. The Ministry of Health is hoping that more parents will take their children to get vaccinated for greater protection against the virus. The Health Ministry will be working with the Ministry of Education to encourage parents to grant permission to get their children vaccinated. Meanwhile, the number of active COVID-19 cases in the country now stands at more than 1,000. In the past month, the Ministry of Health has seen a new climb in new cases and is convinced that the fastest spreading variants, though milder, are responsible for the increase.
The variant that we have circulating, or the subvariant that is circulating, is more than likely the BA2 subvariant of the Omicron. And this particular subvariant is highly infectious. So if people are in close proximity to someone who is infected, they would get infected themselves. And even if you had a previous infection but with another variant, then with this particular strain of the virus, you can get reinfected.
While the number of new cases has been climbing, the hospitalization rate remains low.
And in addition to that, we are encouraging them to get vaccinated because persons who have been vaccinated are getting a milder form of the disease, and many of them do not require hospitalization. But so it's very important that those persons who had their first doses, they come back and get their booster doses. And right now, we are giving second booster doses for those persons who need them.
Guyana removed many of the COVID-19 restrictions 2 months ago, but citizens are still being urged to protect themselves. That's according to the Minister of Health.
So what we are advising people is to make sure they take the precautions, especially if they're in an indoor environment where the air is stagnant. They need to take those precautions of wearing masks, keeping distance. These are, things that they can do.
Guyana still has one of the highest vaccination rates in the region. Local businessman Tamish Jagmohan, through his attorney, has filed a criminal complaint with the Guyana Police Force over a social media post of a documentary that paints him as a financier of the People's Progressive Party and someone who has been involved in a number of alleged illegal activities. In a release, Mr. Jagmohan said he is requesting an urgent and full investigation of the video, which was published on a social media page called Guyana Uncut, and which has been viewed thousands of times. He's being represented by attorney Dexter Todd, who has indicated that the video contains a number of falsehoods and has caused severe stress to Mr. Jagmohan. The attorney said the contents of the video documentary have also placed the businesses owned by Mr. Jagmohan and his family's lives in danger. He said the contents have already caused harm to the reputation of the businessmen and other persons who were named in the documentary. The attorney wants the cybercrime unit of the Guyana Police Force to investigate the matter. Before the online documentary was released, it was revealed that the businessman had also written to the Minister of Home Affairs, requesting that an investigation be done into the operations of his businesses, so that the businesses and the businessman himself could receive a clean bill of health. It is unclear what triggered that request. Co-founder of the Alliance for Change, Kemraj Ramjatan, was re-elected as the leader of the party, fending off a challenge by longtime party member David Patterson. The Alliance for Change hosted its national conference and elections this past weekend. Member of Parliament Cathy Hughes has been elected as the new chairperson of the party, with Ricky Ramsarup as the vice chair, while Sherrod Duncan has been elected as the general secretary of the AFC. At the AFC's conference, the party also voted to remain part of the APNU-AFC coalition. In his message to the conference, party leader Kemraj Ramjatan said while the relationship between the APNU and the AFC might not be perfect, it is necessary to confront the governing People's Progressive Party. Moving forward, the AFC intends to look at revising its partnership agreement with the APNU. The APNU-AFC came together in the run-up to the 2015 national elections and won those elections. The coalition spent one term in office, and it was a vote by an AFC member in Parliament against the coalition government in a no-confidence motion that paved the way for the eventual return of the PP Civic to government. Let's tell you now that during an operation today between the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit and the Enforcement Division of the Guyana Revenue Authority, a 48-year-old man was busted with a quantity of ecstasy pills. Kanu said that during the operation at Caribbean and Berbice, the ranks intercepted a motor vehicle, and during a search, 4 parcels containing 400 ecstasy pills were found in the vehicle. The driver of the car, Christopher Garraway of Georgetown, was immediately arrested and transported to the city to Kanu headquarters, where the allegations of drug trafficking were presented to him. Kanu said the ecstasy pills carried a weight of 150.7 grams, and the street value for the pills stands at around 600,000 Guyana dollars. The investigations are ongoing tonight, and charges are likely before the end of this week. A security guard and 2 seamen were today charged and remanded to jail for break-and-enter and larceny related to the theft of over $5 million worth of braids and weaves from an East Coast Demerara bond. Security guard Trevon Williams appeared in court this morning along with seamen Marlon Campbell and Kieron Williams, and they all pleaded not guilty to the charges that on the 9th of June they broke into the bond belonging to businessman Junior Hope and carted off the expensive hairpieces and braids. The stolen items were found the next day at 2 houses in 2 different villages along the east coast of Demerara. After listening to the facts of the case today, Magistrate Fabio Azor remanded all 3 accused to jail until the next court hearing, which will be on the 23rd of June.
A compliance certificate and a liability statement confirms that you have met the requirements under the Income Tax Act. If you want to bid for a government contract, sell or buy land or property, you must first obtain a compliance certificate. If you want to apply for a small business loan, claim your pension benefits, gratuity, or obtain a firearm license, then you must first obtain a liability compliance. Find the liability and compliance application forms and the requirements for application online at gra.gov.gy. GRA, your partner in development.
Combo pack of we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Ole cheesy, so much ripples and more combo pack of flavor.
a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
Doors and windows, Republic. Rooms and more, Republic. A brand new rug on the floor. Come to Republic, come to Republic. Whatever you need, you got it. Come through and get your mortgage. Live the dream with Republic.
95 to 100% financing, 50% waiver of negotiation fees, plus one lucky person gets their mortgage paid in full. Turn someday into today. Talk to Republic Bank about your low-cost mortgage today.
Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, the Venezuelan government has announced that Venezuela has recorded its first case of monkeypox in a man who entered the country from Madrid, Spain. Contact tracing is taking place, the health minister in Caracas has indicated. The government did not confirm the man's age. Argentina was the first Latin American country to confirm a case of monkeypox. Spain, the UK, and Portugal have recorded the most cases of the usually mild disease outside areas of Western and Central Africa where it is endemic. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, has expressed hope that respect and regard will be afforded to all states within the hemisphere, including Cuba and Venezuela. Speaking at the recent Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, the Trinidadian Prime Minister said the path of exclusion and sanctions has not been effective in the past and has brought no closer to the goal of an Americas which is equitable for the ordinary citizens of the hemisphere, no matter where they live. Rowley also pleaded for the Americas' attention to Haiti and alluded to the war in Ukraine. He said as the national leaders of countries and citizens in a hemisphere that has withstood the ravages of a global pandemic during the past 27 months, the 9th Summit of the Americas provides a platform of opportunity and promise that should not be missed. He said in Trinidad and Tobago, the government has shaped and is sharpening the focus of people via its National Development Strategy 2016-2030, which is aimed at achieving increased sustainability and resilience. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. campaigners have welcomed a potential cross-party deal on gun safety reforms, but stressed the proposals do not go far enough. Ex-lawmaker Gabrielle Giffords, injured in 2021 shooting in Arizona, said it was an important step forward. The plans include tougher checks for buyers under the age of 21 and cracking down on illegal gun purchases. They were announced by a cross-party group of U.S. senators on Sunday. Crucially, the proposals are supported by 10 Republicans, meaning they have the numbers to be voted into law. U.S. President Joe Biden also said the plans were steps in the right direction, but they fell far short of what he and many Democrats have been looking for. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.